Welcome back to Isa's Chaos Kitchen. Today we're making pumpkin pie. So I'm having a barbecue, and so I asked my friend, like, what do you want to eat at the barbecue? And he was like, oh, you should make your pumpkin pie. And I was like, that's not the question I was asking. I was asking about what we're gonna barbecue on the grill. But I will say my pumpkin pie is kind of famous. I think it's kind of a weird thing. Maybe some Americans know this. But it's like, every time I do Thanksgiving, I do pumpkin pie. And people who are not American try it and they're like, this pumpkin pie is fucking awesome. So I'm going to show you how to make pumpkin pie. Now, since we are not in the United States, they don't sell pumpkin puree in Spain. Because, as I said, it's not common. Actually, like, this is the pumpkin I'm going to use because we don't have the, like, you know, the Halloween jack-o'-lantern shit. I always end up using this pumpkin to make the pumpkin puree. Pumpkin puree is easy to make. You just have to bake your pumpkin until it's pureed. Oh shit. So that's the first step. So heat up your oven to 400 degrees Celsius. No, sorry, 400 degrees Celsius. Woo! No, 200 degrees Celsius, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, give or take. Most recipes tell you to just cut it in half and bake it like that, but I think it's better to just do little cubes. Pumpkins are hard to cut into. Oh, fuck. So I got this all wrong, but it's this pumpkin. So it is orange, you know, it's not as white as it seems. Oh, god damn it. So you can't really peel the skin, so you kind of have to cut it off. I was thinking, like, what if I do a really obvious transition, like early 2000s PowerPoint presentation? You know, like, I'm like, cut your pumpkin, and then you do transition. So, now that your pumpkin is cut up into little square-de-doos, put it in the oven to bake for 45 to 60 minutes or until it's soft enough to puree. Ooh. Okay, so, in Spanish-speaking countries, there's this cookie called galleta Maria. I don't know why. I was almost like, Maria, here's your cookie. And it's like your basic ass cookie that every brand makes. So you can make this type of crust to do key lime pie or this. Why can't I open this? The fuck, dude? Anyways, when I worked at a cookie factory, we also made galleta Maria, and it all smelled. I smelled like cookie for like a month straight or more for a whole summer. So, galleta Maria, this is what you make your crust with. In the US, it would be like graham cracker. Graham. Anyways, you take galleta Maria. And, here's the fun part. You need to crumble this. Break them. You know, that's what I love about this graham cracker thing. That it's like, this is a healthy way to take your anger out. But then again, it's like not everyone needs to take their anger out because not everyone is angry. Can't relate. Now you can also put this in a Ziploc bag, you know, but the good thing is that it's already in this little baggie, so you just don't break it until they're broken, you know. So your cookies are all ground up, so now you need to melt butter in order to make the pie crust. Okay, so you need 6 tablespoons or 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons or 85 grams. In this case, since it's butter, it's easier to go by grams because it's the easiest way to measure. You need 85 grams. Okay, 85 grams. So put this, melt your butter. So while your butter is melting, it's time to puree your pumpkin. So take out your pumpkin pieces from the oven. So you know that they're good. Because if you grab a fork, you can just go through it. Kind of like a potato. Okay, so let's put them to puree them. Now remember, you need to let them rest for a bit. You shouldn't put them directly once the 45 minutes are up from the oven. Because vegetables have water inside of it. So if you grind them up, the water inside the vegetable explodes. And so you can... I should have used the food processor. I don't know why I'm using a fork. A spoon would be easier. Yeah, it's bubbling. Don't let it burn. Make sure it stays yellow, not brown. You can add a little bit of water if this is not, what, a little bit, just to have it lubricate a little. Okay, so my butter is melted. So take a step. So you need to add your melted butter into your graham crackers. And mix. The consistency should be like wet sand. If you see this. Wet sand. Ooh, look at that zoom. Now, some recipes tell you to add sugar, but I feel like the graham cracker is like sweet enough, so I don't think you need to add sugar. So once the consistency is like wet sand, that's when you put it in your pie. And you need to press it down so you have an even level all around. Now, how to get an even consistency all around? You grab a little glassy dough and you press down. This is also how you get the side crust, because you press to the side. Supernova girl. So make sure you have an even crust. So for example, here there's a little bit of a hole, so kind of push some of the sand. No! Anyways, make it as even as you can. I can't film and do this correctly, so anyways, try to make it as even as possible. I know that I have thicker parts here, but since it's not really, it doesn't have egg or anything, it's gonna be a little bit sandy, so yeah. Try to get it as even as possible, like this. Crumbly. So put your crust to the side.
One eternity later.
Okay, I hate this food processor. I hate it. So we're here. Your pumpkin is pureed. Your crust is in its position. Let's put the crust away for a bit. Let's put it to the side. So now it's pumpkin pie time. So preheat your oven to 220 degrees Celsius. Now it's time to pumpkin pie. So you will need 15 ounces of tomato puree, which is about 425 grams. My thingy does ounces and grams, so I'm just gonna do ounces. 15 ounces. This is gonna be my whole pumpkin. This is great. I thought I was gonna have so much left over. 15 ounces of pumpkin puree. In there you go. And then 14 ounces of condensed milk, which is about 390 grams, I think. 14. So let's put this in here. Woo! Okay. I'm gonna put this to the side because we're done here. So 2 eggs. Doesn't matter if you crack them. Woo! Woo! And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you came for. Pumpkin spice. Yes. Pumpkin pie has pumpkin spice. What is pumpkin spice? What is the secret to white girl lattes? It is nutmeg, cinnamon, and ginger. So do 1 teaspoon each of ginger, cinnamon, and nutmeg. And then half a teaspoon salt. So mix that. Okay, so now that this is mixed well, you take your pie crust, scrape down the sides, and then pour it in to your pie crust. It is poured. So now into the oven. Be careful. Bake at 220 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. So, here we have a little bit of the pumpkin puree that we can scrape out more of. What left over from the 15 ounces that we measured out for the pumpkin pie. So I was thinking, you know what we can do with this? If we scrape it out, it's probably going to be like a tablespoon. So we are going to be basic ass bitches and make a pumpkin spice latte, baby, because you can make it at home. Make some coffee. So we're going to scrape out as much of this as we can, which is probably going to be about 1 tablespoon. I'll check. So yeah, about a tablespoon. I'm full of pumpkin. So, in a glass, add your pumpkin puree, and then add nutmeg, ginger, cinnamon, and then maple syrup, because it's giving fall. Tiny bit of vanilla. Just like, okay. So your coffee is ready, but it's really hot. So what I like to do is to pour it out, so it kind of gets cold a little bit. So, hot coffee here. Now, get some ice. Ooh, this is hot. Mix it. Make sure you get the pumpkin puree down there with the spices. Enjoy your life as a basic bitch drinking PSL from scratch. So, once the 15 minutes are up, you need to lower the heat from 220 degrees Celsius to 175 degrees Celsius. And then you have to bake your pie for 35 to 40 minutes. Or once when you stick in a toothpick, it comes out clean. You do that for brownies as well and for cake. That's your go-to, man. So lower the heat. So it's been 35 minutes and I checked it and the pie is ready. Get a cooling rack. I got this free with my microwave, which I guess technically isn't free because you have to buy a microwave for it, but whatever. Wait. Clean. Take it out, cool it, and then wait for it to cool. So that's how you make pumpkin pie. You got your pumpkin pie. Now, you can whip your cream by hand, which is buying whipping cream and whipping it and just before it becomes butter. But I'm lazy, so let's be American, you know? That's some good pie. Honestly, if you're not American and you've never tried this, really try it. It's worth it. So, try it, make it, tag me, like, share, subscribe, whatever. And have a nice rest of the day.